What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ranboo can duplicate stuff. Uh-oh.
Ranboo clearly has special powers unlike anyone else on the Dream SMP. But why does he suddenly duplicate beds? What abilities is he still getting? And what exactly are all of his powers? These are some of the questions I will answer today. But first, we need to go over the special abilities Ranboo actually showed thus far. Also, we're coming up on 10,000 subscribers, which would be a dream to hit. So if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Let's go back to the first time Ranboo has ever showed one of his powers. In the beginning, he basically just went around and showed people that he can mine grass blocks.
I am beyond confused.
Which I think is pretty self-explanatory because, you know, he's an Enderman and the explanation was that he can move blocks and therefore it's basically like Silk Touch. Now when he showed this to Technoblade though...
Wait, sorry, there was two, so it looked weird, but... There.
What is this superpower? I want superpowers. What is this?
Yeah, so technically I can just pick up any block with my hands.
Wait, any block?
Like stone.
Any block?
Like I can just...
Any block, you say? What about blocks you can't
thinking about?
normally pick up?
I don't think that spawners would work.
But have you tried? Have you tried?
I have not tried.
Oh, we're gonna try.
Let's see if this
Huzzah! Huzzah!
I'm fairly certain that it won't.
I don't think it's going to work, but on the 1% chance.
But if it does, then that would be really cool.
It would be really overpowered. This is part of your training, Ranboo. Use the force. Use the force.
Come on!
Oh! Oh!
Reaction. By that reaction, I'm assuming you actually got it.
Oh my God, Ranboo!
So in conclusion, Ranboo can actually mine any block and get it back, even spawners. So this also shows that Ranboo can, for example, mine clean stone with his hands, which, you know, usually would return not a single item at all, and he would still get the stone back. Another small thing that happened was figuring out that they could get infinite hunger back by just eating a cake halfway through over and over again.
I'm feeling a little bit hungry. Could you just...
This is gonna be busted if you can get like half a cake. That's gonna look so weird.
Wait, is that a full cake?
It's a full cake,
bro. We've literally created infinite food.
And most recently, also by the way being the reason for me even considering making this video, is Ranboo duplicating beds by mining them, as you saw in the intro right at the beginning. So these are the things that Ranboo has shown that are pretty game breaking, that obviously no one else on the Dream SMP can do. So things like duplicating beds, mining cakes, did he have these powers from the start? Is he actually gaining powers over time? Short answer, no. There's just this one small thing they added to his toolkit that they're just finding out more and more about and realizing what it can be used for. And to supply proof for my answer, I will have to get a bit technical. Now I will try to be as brief as possible and make it pretty simple, so don't worry, but it is just most easily explained if I explain how they did it. So, I think it's quite obvious that they just simply used a plugin to solve this issue. Fundy, GeorgeNotFound, Dream, they're all capable of making Minecraft plugins. And I've personally not worked on too many plugins, but I am a Java programmer. So I did some research to figure out how they probably did it, to explain why these weird things like getting the cake back, mining a spawner, or duplicating beds actually happen. When you're working on a Minecraft plugin, you can use these things called events. As the name says, they are triggered when certain events happen. For example, the block breaking event. When a block is broken, this event is triggered. So, if you're saying some code is supposed to be triggered when a block is broken, you can check if the block was broken by Ranboo. If the block was broken by Ranboo, the plugin tells the server to not drop the item it was supposed to drop, whether or not it was supposed to drop anything. So if he was mining a stone, usually nothing would happen. If he was mining a grass block, he was supposed to drop a dirt block. But they basically just stopped that from happening. Instead, from the event, they know which block was broken, and what they do is they simply return the original block. So the original block will be broken as a result. And keep in mind, this happens instantaneously. When a block is broken, immediately the plugin makes it so that if it was broken by Ranboo, instead of dropping the normal item, it just drops the originally broken block. Obviously, that sounds like it's a simple piece of code, and it is. So now you might wonder why this explains the weird things that have been happening. Well, for starters, obviously if Ranboo mines a cake block now, the plugin will just make it so a cake is returned because a cake is mined. Obviously there's no half mined cake blocks, so it will just return the original one. With the spawner, the same thing. If they just drop the original block, it will just return a spawner. And again, if you break something like a normal stone block, it makes sense for it to also return a stone block, or the same with a grass block, because obviously that was their intention, for him to be able to just mine blocks as they are. But there's still one mystery. Why does he duplicate beds? Is there more to this plugin? No. This is simply a bug. It's something that they most likely didn't think about when they implemented this. See, the Minecraft bed is kind of weird. When you destroy the bed, not one, but you know, 2 blocks get broken. So obviously that's just because the bed takes up 2 blocks, so when you break it, it just completely disappears, right? Well, the event gets triggered twice because 2 blocks, even though it's just the bed, get destroyed. So the event gets triggered twice, which means for both times the event is executed, it drops the bed. And there are some other 2 blocks in this game. So can he duplicate those 2? I don't think so. Let me quickly go through them. The other blocks that could potentially be duplicated are doors, armor stands, paintings, and banners. Now when you break one part, the entire structure, which again takes up more than 1 block, gets broken. But there's a difference between these and the bed. Let me slow down the footage of breaking either. If I break a door, it obviously disappears. If I break a bed, it's like both parts of it get broken individually. You can also see this when you place a bed. It's like both parts of the bed are like the first block is causing the second one to just spawn in. So I'm assuming this is actually the only block he can duplicate. I looked at every block I could, but I didn't see a single one that would probably behave the same. I just want to say that on closer inspection, it looks like the door could actually behave the same. So there is a chance you can also duplicate the door, but that would still be the only one. So I do think we've seen as far as his abilities go. So in conclusion, there's just one plugin they wrote that was supposed to be a small feature that made Ranboo more special. This seemed to have side effects like being able to get infinite food with the cake or duplicate beds, but I don't think they're adding anything to his abilities or are gonna be adding anything else to them. Because think about it, he's just another character. There's not really supposed to be main characters. Obviously, Tommy seemed to have his own story arc with the discs, but that's his own thing, right? I mean, it's like someone having a pet on the Dream SMP. They're the main character of the pet arc, so to speak. So, of course, when it was about the discs, Tommy was the owner of the discs. And Ranboo being able to teleport later on, or ridiculous stuff like that, would be crazy. So there you have it. This is the truth behind Ranboo's Enderman powers. I hope I was able to bring some light into the dark for some of you, especially the ones that aren't so computer savvy or know a lot about coding. If you enjoyed this video, again, subscribing would be awesome, or liking the video. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.